Okay. One more thing I want to talk about before I lay it down, honey. I went to a wonderful installation orientation, not installation orientation. What was it called? Ordination service out of town. It was wonderful, but I'm very observant. Whenever I'm any place I go, I'm just observant, and so when you go to these ordination service, they have special seating for what the bishop sit a certain place, the pastor sit a certain place, the missionaries. They had certain seatings for different people. So you could be a bishop, pastor, or somebody that's coming in from wherever, but they may not have enough seats up front for you, or um let me tell y'all, let me just say it like this here. It is so the saints of God, we got to get our pride in check. We not humble. We not humble at all, honey. It amazes me how certain people, because they are pastor or a bishop, when they step in the room, they feel like you should automatically move them to the front. It doesn't. The service ain't about them. It ain't for them. They just visiting or whatever. And then nobody acknowledges them. Nobody lets them come to the front. These folks be mad. Them bishops and pastors that walk into a room and don't get acknowledged and don't get to sit in a special seating, baby, they be's mad. They be's upset about stuff like that. Because they want you to acknowledge them in all their ways. They don't want to sit in the back. They want to make sure you know that they are bishop or pastor, uh, archbishop, archangel, whatever their title is, and they want you to recognize them. They don't feel like they just a regular person should be sitting in the back. God forbid. Anytime I go anywhere, I always sit at the back. I always sit at the back. I wait for someone, if they want to, evangelist, you can come up. But if they don't say evangelist come up, it don't matter to me. I've never been that type of person. And I feel like if you go somewhere, I don't even care if you the guest preacher. Wait for them to call you up. Don't just walk up to people's stuff. That's so arrogant. To me, it's very arrogant. But honey, it just was funny to me. I was laughing, honey. Well, it was funny and it was sad to look at the people that were pastors, or maybe a bishop, or maybe evangelist, or somebody in ministry, but they didn't get acknowledged, or they didn't get a front seat, and to see their countenance. Some of them left, honey, because they ain't sitting in no back seat because they so and so and so and so. And you need to acknowledge them. We have got to do better about that. That ain't nothing but pride. So what? And some people don't even want you to call them by their name. Like my name's Yvette. If somebody said to me, "Hey Yvette," some ministers, that's Pastor Yvette, that's Bishop Yvette, that's Evangelist Yvette. What? Girl, we is standing here at the Piggly Wiggly on aisle 9. I'm not getting ready to call you Bishop. You know, I mean, you can if you want to, but that is too deep for me. You know what I'm saying? We might know you the bishop, we might know you the pastor, but most of the time people call you what they see. And it don't mean something bad or something good. If somebody just say, "Hey, Yvette," they ain't got to put and you get offended because they don't put a handle on your name. How many times did Jesus get offended when somebody didn't put a handle on his name? He didn't even have a handle. He was Mary's son. And some people don't even believe Joseph was, with Mary or whatever. They call him a devil, honey. That's the handle they gave him. But we walk around here with these big puffed up attitudes, honey. because nobody acknowledged us or put us on the front or put us on the program, or didn't say our name, didn't put a handle on our name. That is pride. And if you a bishop, pastor man, you don't see that as being prideful, honey, you need to go back to the altar. Cause that ain't nothing but pride. Pride. But it was funny and it was sad, sad to see the real true state of people that's in ministry, supposed to be leading people to Christ. You can see who they really are before they enter into the building where the ceremony take place. Most of them don't even speak to you. Like when you pull up on a parking lot, I'm always, hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Honey, they look at you like, if they speak. But then when they get inside the service, they want to look at your neighbor and shake the hand or praise the Lord, my sister. Shandadi-do-si-ka-do-si-pa. But outside in the parking lot, you couldn't even speak. But God gonna help us, honey. He gonna have to help us. Because this 99 and a half that we doing, it just ain't gonna work. It just ain't gonna work. We need to pray to ask God to kill all the pride in us. So what they don't call your name? So what they didn't acknowledge you? So what they didn't put you in the front? So what somebody call you Peggy and not, Bobby and not Bishop Bobby? So what? Jesus didn't act like that. Neither did the disciples act like that. They weren't like that. And my God, Jesus and the disciples should be our examples. Did Jesus do it? Did the disciples do it? That should be our example. That should be our way of life. Humility. But we are something, honey. The saints of God is something. And we going through this life with all this pride in our hearts, thinking we okay. And we not. But like I said, it was a wonderful service. But like I said, it was just, I'm very observant in how I see people and the way they act and the way they do things in a service. You'll be surprised. Some people, because they got a title, they're not gonna sit at the back. Oh no, I'm not sitting at the back, honey. I'm the Archbishop of the Covenant Cove Ministries. It's terrible. It's terrible. But anyway, God is going to help us get through it, all right? All right, y'all have a good night.